So this is the 100 puck challenge for the CCM Eflex 6 catching glove. This was a demo set that I got from Just Hockey. So check them out in the description. Go buy something if you need any hockey related or just like accessories or anything like apparel and stuff. Let them know you came from me. It'd be greatly appreciated. Let them know that them lending me out sets and helping me helps them out as well. Now with this set, I don't have this glove anymore because I filmed it a while ago. This is the closest thing we got to it. This is a 580 clone, obviously, where this glove's a 581, so it's slightly different, but it's CCM's newer take on the 580. We'll do a full review of this glove. It's coming very soon, but I want to do this just out first so you can kind of see some footage of it. But I don't have that glove anymore, so I can't talk about very specifics on it and show off certain parts, but we'll use this one as kind of a guideline on it. This video series, we've done it before with like True 12.2 and a couple other gloves. This is basically me doing puck machine tests at different speeds to see how well the glove catches, as well as protection levels, because it gives you a decent idea, because I have a general range of where the speeds are. For this, it starts at 45 miles an hour, then 55 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour, then about 80. But the puck machine isn't super accurate. You can see it going all over the place, and as well for speeds, it's not the most accurate thing either. So I kind of turn a dial to a knob and it tells you how much power it's putting into it, but it doesn't really have a specific like perfect range. I tried to do it with a radar gun to get a range of where we were shooting, so these should be kind of close, but it's not perfect. So unfortunately, that's the best we got for that. And for this, but one thing I want to talk about before you watch this to kind of take note of is how tired I am doing this. Now, I always wear a same chest, so it's a brown chest, so it's a bit heavier just because it's been fair. But after this video, I'm gonna kind of go away from that. But me being tired and fatigued is not because of the chest at all, like whatsoever. It's 100% the glove. So we'll talk about that part specifically in the review and why that's the case, just so I don't talk about it twice. But as well on this, at the very end of the testing, you will see me testing the cuff part, because the cuff on the Bauer Eflex 581 gloves, I think it's on the 591 True as well for the Axis, but I never tested that one. But for the 581 gloves, there's no cuff, or there's no plastic anymore in this cuff, so you can basically fold it back. So I want to test the results of that and to see how it performed with this, to see if you could see it kind of bending and stuff, because you can bend it with your hand. So I wanted to see if it was possible here. That's what that testing is at the end of this. Now, before we begin all that, Core Tech, which are core shorts, and people have heard of these before, they were labeled under Under Armour before. Now Bauer sells hockey specific one, but Core themselves sell their own line of pants and supportive clothing and apparel. Basically, this stuff helps you with growing strains, growing pulls, and helps keep your hips tight and everything like that. And speaking of injuries, I kind of pulled a growing playing in the playoffs a few months ago and have had to keep using these Core Tech shorts to make sure my growing doesn't get worse. When I don't wear them, I can feel it and it hurts kind of to walk the next day. With these, keeps everything nice and tight and keeps everything from stretching out too far and getting injured. So these have been a huge savior for me. Check out the link in the description to their website and use my coupon code that's in there to get a discount, and I'll put it on the screen here. It helps support myself and the channel so I can make content and doing real reviews, but also you get a solid product that I use all the time and basically am needed in order to keep my growing from falling apart. Otherwise, if you want to support the channel without buying anything, check out the links in the description to Patreon and buy me a coffee. Everything through those links always comes back into the channel so I can keep making more content and doing more reviews. I hate this glove. I hate this glove. Oh. Oh. No. Yeah. Well. God damn it. So as you could see, we didn't do 100 shots because of how bad the protection was on this glove. And this is the first time we've ever not done that. Even on game ready gloves, this was a pro palm. Even on game ready gloves, like the 12.2 I tested, I felt shots, but it wasn't nearly as bad as this. Like this was really bad. And especially at 65 miles an hour, where that like range hasn't been a big problem before. You definitely start feeling it in the 75 and the 80s, and it's like kind of a wincing, okay, this might hurt. But this one was like at 65, and it was three pretty close to each other, where it was like, I'm not doing any more. And even my producer was like, yeah, you can't do more of these because like I don't want you to hurt your hand. And this is the worst testing glove I've ever done for protection. Now, with that said, I did use a PGS glove, which we're going to be doing a review on, which would have been worse for protection on this. I had bruised hands using that glove and fingers in a training session with junior B and junior A kids. So that would have been worse than this because this glove didn't really cause me many issues with those kids, but that glove did. So that would have been worse than this one for those tests, but I didn't want to hurt my hand and I wasn't going to risk it for that. So just left that one a little bit so we just didn't ever do that one. The problem with this glove is with the 580, kind of you get a flat spot like right here, and it's harder to see because this is black, but right here is kind of a flat spot and it's kind of like where that curve happens. The problem with the 581 is it's even flatter than this. At least with this glove, it's like scooped, and you can see how it's like kind of scooped. With the 581, they're trying different things on it, and it's just like this part of the glove itself is just totally flat, and there's just not enough padding on it and shape on it to not just put all that impact into your hand. Now, I mentioned the plastic on the cuff part not being there on this glove. I don't know if there's plastic on the actual palm area of this glove or not. I haven't taken one apart, but if they're taking it out of the cuff, it kind of might mean they also took it out of here. It's just not protective enough. They have to add something on there to make it more protective. And the glove isn't also light enough that it's like worthwhile that, oh, you took it away, so you lose a little bit of protection, but you get way more lightweight. It's not good. Watch the full review where I talk about that. But it's just like, really, it's bad. The whole result is bad. And I was so tired doing this too, which again, I'm gonna talk about why in the whole review. But there's a lot of badness in this glove, and this result was really disappointing and honestly a really bad showing by CCM. And I really thought CCM's like gear might have gone to a very interesting direction since the Lefebvre split. And this footage and my usage of this set has kind of been like, yeah, I was over optimistic in that sense. So watch the full review, especially of the pads and the glove. I think they will be very interesting. Probably going to make a few people angry as well, but what can you do?
You're watching HockeyReviews.ca.